All right, everyone, have a seat, get cozy. Today we are going to the pumpkin farm, and this is your warning. I will be saying grandma's cream more than once. Hi, everyone. My name is Alanna, and I hate Hallmark movies. I hate them, and I just cannot stop watching them. And today we are recapping Harvest Moon. So this is from 2015. We have one of the more annoying Hallmark girlies we've had in a long time. So get ready. If you'd like to play bingo during this recap, guess what? I got you. I made my own Hallmark bingo cards. Go to talkinghallmark.com. That's my website, obviously. I've made bingo cards. We actually have autumn specific cards as well. So if you'd like to play along, make sure to have your bingo card ready. Let me scoot to the side. And let's begin. As with all my recaps, I never remember what the girl's name, like what the protagonist's name is. So we just call her our girl. She's our Hallmark girly. And unfortunately, this one sucks. Shockingly, we don't get any royalty-free big city B-roll. We jump right in to our girl admiring some shoes. Yes, in case you're wondering, it's gonna be one of those movies.
I love these shoes. Goer. Right? Oh.
I warned you, this woman is just... I hate her.
I feel like these shoes say I am Jennifer Stone.
They should. You already own them. You bought the same pair last week.
Oh, forgot.
While having champagne with her shockingly non-white friend. I can't believe it. 2015 Hallmark, where are we, in another universe? But it's here that we learn our girl runs a fashion blog. Yes, we have a blogger, another one.
How about Maison de Salade?
No, they're under renovations. Here, selfie.
What is there to say? Unfortunately, during their boozy shopping trip, our girl's card is declined. Oh no, who saw that coming? Just everybody. And her next card is declined too. Whatever will she do? Seconds later, daddy calls. Not that daddy, the real daddy. And we get one of the worst ringtones I've ever heard.
No, I don't understand. How could both of these have been declined? Daddy? You won't believe what just happened. What? What? What?
Did you see that? We see her phone show incoming call daddy, right? But when we get a close-up of her on the phone speaking to daddy, we can still see on her phone incoming call from daddy because it's a photo. And just like that, I'm back in and I love this movie already. We cut to the family mansion and we meet Daddy, a short king who is filing for bankruptcy. All of their money is gone. The only thing left is a farm Daddy bought. I'm sorry, I don't like saying daddy, but that's how they refer to this man. So, for the sake of this recap, his name is Daddy. But please know, that's not my choice. That's what everybody calls him. So the only thing left is a farm Daddy... Daddy bought, I can't, sorry. Daddy bought, I hate saying, the only thing left is a farm that Daddy bought outside of the city, about 2 hours away, and he put it in our girl's name, and it is a pumpkin farm. God, that was hard to say. We cut to our girl in the car talking to her non-white friend, and she explains to her, but she's really doing it for our benefit, that she's driving to this pumpkin farm, she's gonna take a look around, but she's immediately gonna sell it. There's no reason for her to keep it. She wants to sell it and get the money. Our girl gets to the small town and stops off at a cafe, and we get this brilliant piece of writing.
Grab a seat anywhere you'd like. Special today is a hot chicken sandwich.
Oh, no thank you. I don't do carbs.
She's asking the waitress for directions to get to the farm, and at first I thought, oh my God, a Hallmark movie has passed the Bechdel test. We've got these two women speaking to each other, but unfortunately they're talking about the man who works the farm. So close and yet so far. We get to the farm, but no one answers at like the main house. So our girlie starts wandering around and finds a man working.
Oh, hello. Hello?
We learn that this guy's name is Brett and he's like the boss of the farm, and he learns that our girl is the landowner.
And I am going to have a little talk with your boss, Mr. Jarrett.
You are.
Oh. Well then. Hello, I'm Jennifer Stone.
Brett Jarrett. Look, I'm sorry about that, okay? I didn't see you there. Why don't you come on up to the house? We'll get you dried up.
I am fine, Mr. Jarrett. Just because I'm from the city doesn't mean that I can't handle a little mud.
Suit yourself.
The writing on this, spectacular. She has a shower at the family home and Brett brings her a change of clothes while hers are being washed and dried. That's country charm for you. Just wait till I start talking about minorities. That's real country charm. Downstairs, Brett is talking to Aunt Rosie, who's washing the clothes. And at first I thought this was my speakers, but this starts to sound really echoey.
This is pretty fancy stuff. The next time you decide to throw a complete stranger in the mud, you better pick someone who doesn't have such expensive taste.
Maybe the boom operator was off sick the 3 days that it took to film this movie. This younger guy comes in and we get a bit of an exposition dump, just in case you were getting confused.
You already talked to her about not selling the place yet?
No, I haven't had a chance. To be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna do much good. She, kind of seems like the girl who's used to getting her own way.
You just have to talk some sense into her big brother. Tell her that Jarrett's been on this farm for 75 years. As soon as we can put the money together, we're gonna buy it back.
That's good writing. So now we have our stakes. Our girl is desperate to sell this farm. There's no reason for her to keep it. She needs the money. She doesn't want the farm. But this family have been living on the farm and have been working on the farm for generations. And the farm is struggling, so the country people can't afford to buy it.
Well, it's just not fair. That's all, Aunt Rosie. I mean, some lady like this Miss Stone comes along, doesn't know nothing from nothing, thinks she can just up and sell our home out from underneath us.
Yeah, well, it doesn't need to be fair. Not for her. They don't like people like us. They don't like farming.
They don't care about farming? Who says that? If you can believe it, this film was written before ChatGPT existed. Although it's hard to tell. We learn that the younger guy is Harry, who is Brett's younger brother, and we also meet Abby, who is Brett's daughter. Is there a Mrs. Brett?
Where's your mommy?
My mommy's in heaven.
Well, shit. Our girl wants to survey the property, so Brett takes her outside to the horses. And I will say, he's not bad looking. You know, he's got a bit of mass to him. And to be honest, I think where we have done so many recaps with that skinny blonde Hallmark man, I'm just grateful for a change of scenery. Do you know what I mean? He's a nice change, I'll just say that. Obviously, she struggles to get up on the horse, but we all knew that was gonna happen. On the tour, we learned that the money maker of the farm is the pumpkin section. And then they go back to the house. I guess that was it for the tour. Back at the house, we run into this couple that are arguing over a tractor.
Look, there's oil everywhere. That's
Yeah,
gotta
I can
be
see the
injector.
oil. I can.
Yeah, well, where does that come from? The injector pump.
Is not. You have to argue on it.
It just happened to be right. Again, what's up?
Not.
Oh, darn thing conked out again. The injector pump's gotta be fixed.
Not the injector pump. The cylinders, valves need replacing.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I know more than you.
No, you don't.
Husband and wife Lou and Phil are like the main hands, or like the farm hands, the main farm hands, whatever. They work on the farm. They're actually quite lovely. While they're still outside, Brett sees a fence that has fallen down and he stops to fix it.
Do you really need to do that now? I have to get going.
Yeah, well, we never leave a fence broken, okay? It's kind of tradition around here.
Okay, well, I'm not really big into tradition.
Well, maybe not, but your neighbor's cattle come into your property. They can eat your bottom line faster than you can say moo.
Faster than you can say moo really got me. Again, who says that?
Well, if you ask me, this whole place needs fixing. You have really let it go.
Yeah, well, maybe I've had a few things on my mind.
Yeah, well, that tractor back there looks like it's on its last legs. You guys should just get rid of it and buy a new one.
Let me try to explain something to you, Miss Stone. Okay, on the farm, when something's broken, we don't just get rid of it, okay? We try to fix it. All right.
You did that on purpose.
What?
I get that you don't like me, Mr. Jarrett, and quite frankly, I am not so fond of you either, but we are stuck in this together, and I would appreciate it if you didn't try to kill me.
I did not try to kill you.
If you've got your bingo card, make sure to cross off enemies to lovers, because yes, that is what we are doing today. Thinking about it, actually, I can't think of a Hallmark movie that isn't enemies to lovers. I'm gonna have to Google that. She's pissed off and says, forget this place, I hate it here, I'm gonna sell this place immediately and then I'll never have to see you again.
Sure, Jan.
We then see our girl leaving the local lawyer's office, and we can tell that it's negative, like the meeting was negative, but we don't know why. Then she's back home to see Daddy, who's got a great sweater, by the way. But when she's talking to him, she's playing it off like the meeting went really well and the farm is worth loads of money and she's gonna be able to sell very soon. So she's obviously lying, but we're not really sure why. Kind of assume it's just to make the dad feel better. Sorry, to make Daddy feel better. Hate saying that. Daddy says he hasn't Daddy says he hasn't packed up her childhood bedroom because they're like packing up the house, they're selling everything, right? And he's like, I thought maybe you might like to do that. So she goes to her room and it does look like how you'd expect it, but like for a 9-year-old, which doesn't make sense because she's lived there, like she didn't move out when she was 9, right? Like it doesn't make sense why the room looks this way. The only reason we get this scene is so we can see a picture of our girl and the mom. And up until this point, we haven't actually met or seen the mom, so we can assume that she is dead. R.I.P. At lunch with the non-white friend, our girl tells the truth about how the meeting with the lawyers went and basically says like the farm's not worth anything because the farm has so much debt to people in town. That's all we get. The financials are not explained because honestly, I don't even think the writers know.
Maybe I should get a job?
A job? What'd you do?
I don't know. I'm so depressed. I can't even afford to go shopping to get over it.
I love the middle-aged men that write these movies who have seemingly never spoken to a woman before. And it shows. During this lunch date with the non-white friend, our girl gets an idea. Do you know what the idea is? Can you guess? She is going to give the pumpkin farm a makeover. Hashtag girl boss. Back at the farm, the younger brother Harry is playing guitar, and the only reason we get this scene is because we learn that he's playing the dead mom's song. Harry looks sad, the aunt looks sad because the mom's dead. Get it? Both families have a dead mom. Hashtag dead mom club. Our girl arrives back at the farm and she's got all of her like makeover supplies and she's really excited to get going.
There we go. This is already looking better.
It's really pretty, isn't it, Daddy?
Yeah.
Yes, in order to increase the farm's profit, she bought placemats. Wonderful. She wants them all to work together so they can make the farm more profitable and then she can sell it for a higher price.
Okay, so let's say we help you. We fix the place up, make it more profitable.
And more valuable for potential buyers.
And then you turn around and you sell it for a higher price.
Exactly.
Okay, well, let me state the obvious then. What's in it for us?
I'm glad that you asked. Because right here, excuse me. Okay. Here. If party A, that's you, agrees to the terms set out by party B, that's me, then as a condition of any sale of the property, party A will be entitled to continue residing and working on the property as an employee of any new owner.
Also, she announces to the family that she's gonna be staying in the house with all of them while they work together on the farm. Like, bitch could have asked first. It's here we get the classic, oh my God, girl brought so much luggage. LOL, that's so funny. But I was kind of shocked. She does apologize to Brett here and he accepts her apology. And we get a little bit of chemistry. Like, what the fuck? I think after the last like handful of Hallmarks I've done where the chemistry has been absolutely atrocious, the fact that we get just like a sliver of chemistry here is so exciting. We've been starved for chemistry for weeks. The brothers talk outside and Harry's like, I can't believe you're going along with this. And Brett unleashes his master plan, right? He's going to make it really difficult for our girl, make her do stuff that's really tough. And sooner rather than later, she's gonna give up. She's gonna go back to the city. No one's gonna wanna buy the farm, so the family will be able to buy it for really cheap, and then everything will be great. This is our plot for the next hour and 14 minutes. Later that night, our girl is spying on the daughter Abby, like saying her prayers at night, and Brett while he's tucking her in.
I like her. Do you like her, Daddy?
Yeah, she's very nice.
No. I mean, do you like her?
Yes, Abby. Daddy needs to plow the fields. Even later that night, our girl can't sleep because it's too noisy. There's like frog sounds and like general country animal noises, which this makes no sense to me. It's referenced that she's from LA. Do you know how loud LA is? And then going into the country and trying to sleep? Makes no sense.
What is that? What is that sound? What is happening? What is going on? Oh, I
Whoa.
was,
Hey,
sorry,
you all right?
yeah, what was that noise?
What noise?
That.
That's all Frankie. He's telling us it's morning.
Already? It's 5 a.m.
Bitch has never heard a rooster before. Kill me now. At the kitchen table the next morning, everybody's shoveling in breakfast, but of course, our girl doesn't do breakfast. And it's shameful. And as someone who normally doesn't do breakfast, I find this bit of writing offensive. Brett says he's gonna show her how things run on the farm, how a real day on the farm is, and they're gonna start off with irrigation. Brett tells her that every morning they check every single pipe on the farm for any cracks or leaks. And of course, it's a big farm, and there's a lot of pipes. But based on the married couple's faces, we can tell that Brett is lying. He's only doing this to make her hate the farm and to give up because it's gonna be so difficult. And normally, I would hate him for doing this, but honestly, our girl is so annoying. I'd probably do the same thing.
How long are you going to be stuck up there for?
I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I guess until we get this place on its feet.
Well, it sounds absolutely horrible.
Not that bad. Look.
I'm in the field like a real country girl.
Well, just make sure you're using a good sunblock.
Oh! I have to go. Talk to you later. Oh! Oh no! Ah!
Oh, this is gonna be easier than I thought.
Yes, just keep doing this with your hands. It'll work eventually. At the end of the day, back at the farmhouse, our girl is sore and tired and dirty and sunburned. And Aunt Rosie is really annoyed at Brett because she knows that he's making her do stupid stuff. Like count all the pumpkins, which is honestly hilarious. When our girl gets to her room, Abby pops in and she sees that our girl is sunburnt and says,
You should try some of Grandma's cream.
What's Grandma's cream?
I don't know if I want any of dead grandma's cream. Abby then takes our girl out to this like outbuilding where we learn that the grandma used to hang out in.
My grandma used to make it. There's still a little bit left.
I don't want to be that person, but are there any preservatives in grandma's pumpkin cream? Like, when did grandma die? How old is this cream?
Pumpkin-y.
No shit, Sherlock. It literally says pumpkin on the tin. Brett comes by to pick up Abby for dinner, and Abby says something like, kisses to make it better. Like, girlie, you should not be kissing strange women, please. It's a slippery slope. It's here that Brett and our girl share that our girl's mom is dead, Brett's mom is dead, and Brett's wife is dead. Everybody's dead. Merry Christmas. Just kidding, it's not that type of movie. Merry Autumn. She finds a scrapbook called Harvest Moon. That's the name of the movie. Basically, it was this big party that the family threw, like at the end of the harvest season, and the whole community was involved, and it was super fun, but they don't do it anymore since those two women died. It's here I was shocked yet again. Brett apologizes for today being really tough, and he says tomorrow's gonna be easier. This is the first of many apologies. Buckle up. Later that night, Aunt Rosie comes in to give our girl proper boots, and they start talking about the pumpkin cream, and apparently Brett's mom made it. It's a secret recipe that she wrote down somewhere, and nobody's been able to find it. We also learned that it was a car crash that killed Brett's dad, mom, and Brett's wife. Yikes. Is it in poor taste to ask who was driving? Because I feel like the men who wrote this movie don't think women can drive. It's the next day, and the younger brother Harry is at this cafe, and it's very clear that Harry is in love with the waitress. Yes, we love a secondary plot. Do you know how many Hallmark movies there are with only one plot and no subplots? Literally hundreds. Thankfully, this is not one of them. Our girl comes in and realizes that Harry is in love with the waitress, like the rest of us. The waitress says there's a big dance coming up that's like a fundraiser for somebody in the community, and it's very obvious that she wants Harry to ask her to this dance.
Harry, she obviously wants you to ask her to the dance.
I can't dance.
Well, you are gonna have to learn.
Yes, we get a royalty-free country music dance lesson montage. It's here that Brett sees our girl and Harry dancing together, and so he thinks that they are together romantically. Yes! Love a miscommunication. Mark that off your bingo card. It's the next day, and Brett is showing her how to plant seedlings, and their fingers touch. Ooh. And then Brett leaves her to plant the rest of them, like hundreds. It's here we get a lovely little plot hole, just something to spruce up this movie. Daddy calls, and she mentions that once she's done working on the place and improving it, there's gonna be buyers lining up and down the street. But originally, she told him that everything was fine and that the farm was worth loads and it'll be really easy to sell it. But now she's saying, well, she's got to work on it before she can. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. She's struggling with the seedlings like it's taking forever. But thank God she's got that selfie stick just stuck in her back pocket. How did it fit in those tiny jeans? It's anybody's guess. She uses the selfie stick to plant the seedlings faster, and she starts like dancing while she's listening to her music. And honestly, I found this deeply annoying. But I'm a hater, so it shouldn't be surprising. Back at the outbuilding house, the women are looking for the pumpkin cream recipe, which has been lost this entire time. Nobody's been able to find it. And guess what? They find it, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't have a movie. The recipe doesn't have measurements, it just has the ingredients. So our girl is trying to figure out the ratio of everything, and she's using Lou as like the tester, the guinea pig. And Lou makes a comment about like, maybe it's too late for someone like me. Like she's ugly and she's gonna be ugly for the rest of her life. Keep that up here. Next up, we get a tractor scene. Yes, wouldn't be a farm Hallmark without a tractor. So our girl's on it and she's like, don't worry everybody, I can figure out how to drive it.
You all right?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I feel like a complete idiot.
The chemistry here is pretty good, right? But it's short-lived because Brett is angry.
What were you thinking letting her drive this thing?
She said she knew how.
No, it was not his fault. Do not
you know what?
blame him.
No, it's my fault. It's my fault for agreeing to this whole deal in the first place. You know what, why don't you go back to the house and pack up your 300 suitcases? and go back to the city. Because that's where you belong.
We love a man who has anger mood swings. We learn a little bit here, so hold on. The flowers that our girl crushed under the tractor are this special variety that Brett's dead wife made. And we learned that the family doesn't sell any of these like one-of-a-kind violets, but they do give them away to people in town. And you might think, well, maybe Brett was so angry that she crushed them because they only have a couple left, but we are verbally told that they have loads of them. So yeah, whatever. Go off, King. We get a nice interaction with the younger brother, Harry, who actually wants to talk about his feelings and talk about what's going on. We love a guy who's got emotional intelligence, but Brett's not having it.
You sure this isn't all about something else?
Like what?
Like, maybe she's bringing back some bad memories for you.
You know what? Why don't I just leave the two of you alone then?
What?
Two of you. You can dance all you want. Forever.
And rather than shouting back to him, "You're stupid, I'm in love with the waitress," we cut to the next scene because we need this miscommunication to last just a little bit longer. It's the next day at the cafe and Brett does apologize. I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, Brett has apologized more in this movie than all of the Hallmark men combined. Ideally, you would want him to behave in a way that doesn't require an apology, but one step at a time. As women of the Hallmark cinematic universe, you can't ask for much. Our girl explains to him that she wants to market the special violets and sell them as like a farm product so they can help offset all of the debt that they've incurred, and Brett has a mood swing.
Hannah? You cancel my order, please? Lost my appetite.
Literally seconds after I said how great it is that he apologizes. You just can't win. Back at the house, our girl surprises everyone by saying she wants pumpkin pie. Oh my God, can you believe a girlie wanting a bit of pumpkin pie? Send her to jail. But while she's having some pie and complaining about Brett, we get this.
Sometimes people get stuck in life, and all they really need is just a little push.
Yeah, I want to push him off that swing.
Pause. It has never been referenced that that swing is broken. We don't know that because literally nobody said it. We've seen it and we've seen Harry sit on it while he's playing guitar. Nobody has said that it's broken. But okay, sure. Brett comes home to find out that our girl has fixed the non-broken swing. Yay. But I should have mentioned earlier, Brett loves his bootcut jeans. Every scene, bootcut jeans. But they're fit kind of weird on him. I don't know, it's like really tight in the thigh. It's an interesting look. Then we see our girl fixing a fence like she would have any idea what she's doing. Like, come on. I know I'm watching a Hallmark movie, but I'm not stupid.
I wanted to say that I'm sorry.
Again, fucking pick a lane. Brett says to her that he should be happy that our girl is making Harry happy. And it's here she finally corrects him that they are not together. She was just helping him. Men can only be nice to you when they think they have a chance, obviously. Brett says it's gonna rain soon, so he gets her on the back of his horse and he's gonna take her back to the barn. But I'm thinking like, how did she get out there if she didn't have her own horse? It doesn't matter.
You know you're allowed to move on.
Yeah, I know. Just don't know if I can.
Sometimes it helps. You don't have to do it alone.
Yeah. I think you're right.
All right, you know what? Not terrible. Later that night, Harry and Brett can't sleep, so they're in the kitchen and they start eating our girl's pudding that she made, which is obviously grandma's cream. But they do talk about how great it tastes, which is just love it. But there's actually no payoff to this scene. It just happens and we move on. Lou asks our girl for some beauty help because Lou and Phil are going to that fundraising dance and she wants to look nice. How fun. We're actually getting payoff from that earlier scene. Who can believe it? Not me. But Lou actually brings over like most of the women in the town and our girl runs this like pumpkin facial spa. All of these women are gonna be poisoned. Then she teaches Harry some more dance moves, and honestly, I hate that they're sharing headphones. Like they don't have a speaker, so they've got their headphones connected. I hate this. Then we get 5 seconds of her and Abby painting their toenails. It's all just to show that the family accepts our girl. She's part of the family now. And then we get this weird shot of her and Brett like embracing, but they can't have sex before marriage because it's the Hallmark Cinematic Universe, so they just like touch foreheads.
Harvest moon. Fullest moon of the year.
Should it be that big? Are we all gonna die? I will say, it's not often that we get a Hallmark man that apologizes, but also it is so unusual to get the couple together like well before the end. This is an unusual Hallmark. Plus we get grandma's cream, so we're all winners. It's here the non-white rich friend shows up at the farm.
Okay, what is that horrible smell?
That'd be nature.
Brooke, this is Brett Jarrett. The one I was telling you about?
Oh. They grow them big around here.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Yeah.
Why would you give someone your elbow? Like that, does that happen? Our girl shares the pumpkin cream with a friend and then they go to the fundraising dance thing. Side note, the song that we hear when they're doing the how to dance montage.
I'm thinking years from now about the two of us. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
It's the same song here.
I'm thinking years from now about the two of us. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
They only had money to buy one song. We get a bit of an awkward hoedown and Harry finally asks the waitress to dance and we get this just wonderful dance sequence. Enjoy.
What's your name? And I'm thinking I'm crazy when I hear you say, I'm thinking about your smile, I'm thinking about your touch, I'm thinking this ain't love, but it's close enough. I'm thinking years from now about the two of us. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
Lou shows up all beautiful and her husband is shocked because he just thought she was ugly. And then they go dance together. We love when a subplot pays off. We get some more dance footage, but I can confirm we have 13 minutes left. Now this is the perfect time for our miscommunication. My guess was that it was gonna be the non-white rich friend is gonna like steal the pumpkin hand cream and like sell it herself or something. But leave a comment down below. What do you think the miscommunication is gonna be? Ready? Here we go.
Okay, the first time I met her was in the diner. She owns my cousin's farm, but she came up from the city to sell it. But Harry told me Brett's been messing with her and giving her all sorts of really hard fake jobs, hoping that she'll quit and they'll be able to buy back the farm for nothing. But I feel bad about it because I'm really starting to like her.
So the non-white friend interrupts our girl and Brett dancing to tell her like, hey, Brett's been screwing you over this whole time.
Brooke just told me how she overheard your cousin talking about what you've been doing. Have you really been trying to cheat me out of the farm?
No, it's not like that.
Okay. How was it then? Tell me.
Well, maybe in the beginning, but I mean, not now.
Back at the farmhouse, our girl is packing up, but Abby catches her and she's sad that she's leaving.
Why are you leaving, Jen?
Go back to bed, Abby, okay? Are you mad at me?
Honestly, the most believable line in this whole thing. Girlie, I get it. Anytime something bad happens, it means they're mad at me. So she tells Abby that Brett is a good guy, but sometimes people do dumb stuff.
I made this for you.
Oh my God, girl, run before they make you mommy number 2. And then out of the shadows, Aunt Rosie appears and she tries to get our girl to stay.
Can I ask you something, Rosie? Did you know? It's okay. You don't have to say anything.
And to be fair, as much as our girl is supremely annoying throughout this whole thing, if I found out that this whole family was conspiring against me, I'd be so pissed. Brett catches her just as she's about to leave and he explains like the whole thing. And guess what?
And for that, I am deeply sorry.
Bro loves to apologize, just doesn't want to change his behavior. She tells him that she needs time to think about it and she leaves with the non-white friend. Back at the mansion, we see our girl. She's about to sign over the farm or sell it. We don't really know, but she's like getting rid of the farm. But just in time, the friend shows up and she loves the pumpkin cream, Grandma's pumpkin cream. Who would have guessed it?
This cream of yours. I tried it. You were right, it's amazing. So I had a guy in the cosmetics lab at my company try to figure out the ingredients. There is something in the earth at your farm. Some special mineral or something that must get into the pumpkins. That's what makes this stuff work.
Yeah, there's something in the pumpkins. It's called E. coli. So in the end, the friend is actually good. And like Brett, I apologize. Her and her company want to buy like the rights to sell Grandma's cream. It's not really explained, and honestly, it doesn't matter. All we need to know is that they're willing to pay loads of money. We jump to the next scene and we see this spooky giant harvest moon. So we know it's been a year. That's good writing. Our girlie and the farm family are launching a new body product line, you know, with the pumpkin cream, obviously, and it's during the newly restarted Harvest Festival. We find out that Brett is co-CEO and her best friend, so I guess they made up. And surprise, can you guess how this is gonna end? Yes, he proposes, and we get this wonderful shot, and we are finally done, thank God. For all of my Hallmark movies, I have 3 ratings: chemistry, plot, and overall enjoyment. For chemistry, I am actually gonna give this a 4 out of 5. It's not great in like the grand scheme of things, but I think where so many Hallmarks I've watched recently have just been atrocious chemistry, this feels like a million miles better. For plot, I am also going to give this a 4 out of 5. The idea of like going to this farm and like you're trying to improve profits and stuff, like, okay. The second we learn about Grandma's cream, I am locked in. And finally, for enjoyment, you know what? 4 out of 5. I'm feeling generous today. It's a stupid movie. It's absolutely ridiculous. But there's actually a lot less padding in this than a lot of other Hallmarks. And for that, you know what? I'm grateful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I feel like we went through a lot together. But if you have a Hallmark that you'd like to see recapped on the channel, please leave a comment down below. If you want to watch another one, which I would totally love, why not check out this one? This is the opposite of chemistry. This movie feels like they absolutely hated each other. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!